Yeah, I think more 90 days is my metric for like developing a habit or breaking one. Like that's really a long enough time frame to either to show you're not addicted to something or that you can actually be disciplined enough to carry something out. 21 days does seem super short when you think about it.
Jonathan,
Jeffrey, what's going on, dude?
good to see you, man. I see it's sunny in New York. It's cloudy here.
Yeah, dude, I'm starting to get the burn on. It is hot as hell. Like just one of those days where you're outside for literally 5 minutes and you start just dripping from your armpits.
Dang, man. And
You
you're
know,
about
those days where you just profusely start sweating just within minutes of being outside.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We like the first couple weeks of the summer here, it was like 90 degrees. It was like that. Just 90
Yeah.
degrees, blazing sun. Step outside on the back patio in the shade, like in the shade, and I'm already sweating. And then I stand in the
Yeah.
sun and I like start to melt. Oh my God.
It's great though. I love it. Best day for watermelon.
Oh, dude.
Best day.
Man, the taste of watermelon on out there in that environment is just twice as good. Oh my God.
Yeah. I still have that enormous watermelon that we got when you were here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think you only
gigantic.
cut up like half of it, and just like that half of it was the size of a normal watermelon. It was fast. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So what did we skip last week because you were in town and we had a lot going on. There's
Yeah,
just too much life happening.
dude, the episode that we did, it was 2 in 1. It was, I mean,
Yeah.
we what we talked about was literally the essence of field notes. Like we went out into the field and we did an experiment and talked about it. So we covered both the bases. Yeah, the mushrooms thing was field notes epitomized. So I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah. Yeah. What what a great experiment that was.
Man, yeah, amazing.
All right, so we're back in it though. We're back on the other side of the screens here and going on our individual experimentation runs out in the field. So yeah, man, what do we got going on for this week? Anything you want to recap from the previous weeks?
Yeah, let me actually,
Where you at on the presence practice?
dude, I am in week 6 on the.
Wow, you're over the hump.
Yeah, at this point, I feel really settled into doing the consciously connected breathing twice a day, 15 minutes. Every once in a while, I'll miss it because circumstances genuinely get in the way. But I'm in a good place where I genuinely am used to doing it and I want to do it. It's not like I feel super relieved when I don't do it. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't have to do that today. Like, no, I'm really I'm connected to the process, and I feel like that part is a great part of my life right now. And as far as using the conscious responses when I have an emotional upset and processing the difficult emotions in my life, it's been a revolution for me. I saw in the readings, it's like every chapter, there's a chapter for each week, and I think the chapters for 7, 8, 9 are a little bit different. It starts with a different process. I got to read about it and learn what it is. So yeah, coming into the to the back half of it, but I can definitely see why it's not just like a 21-day thing. We say 21 days to build a habit or break a habit. And for sure, after 21 days, like there was some impact, and it was becoming less of a struggle to do this and to apply this frame and stuff. But yeah, after 60 days or whatever, it's 50 days, then for sure I'm getting settled into it. So I'm excited to see what the next 4 weeks are bringing with it. It's some profound stuff, man.
Yeah, I think more 90 days is my metric for like developing a habit or breaking one. Like that's really a long enough time frame to either to show you're not addicted to something or that you can actually be disciplined enough to carry something out. 21 days does seem super short when you think about it. It
Yeah.
gets the ball rolling, like it definitely gets you to the next tier, but to actually get something ingrained in your world into a completely different way seems too short.
Yeah, I like to look at those things as guidelines because everybody really is unique. And when it comes down to it, when you want to get into authenticity and really process your own experience, you got to see what works for you in the moment. You know, if you
Yeah.
stop doing something for 21 days and you still feel like if you don't keep that conscious intention, if you don't keep that reminder set, then you're going to go right back to doing what you were doing. Or conversely, like if you start doing something like going to the gym for 3 weeks, you know, whatever is your schedule, like 5 days a week for 3 weeks, and then you feel like you just know mentally and emotionally that the habit is not formed, like you still need to be consistent, then do that.
Yeah.
Like don't just trust that, oh, I did it for 3 weeks, so I don't need to be serious about this intention anymore. Like no, everybody's different and you got to process it in your own way. So those things are just really guidelines.
Yeah, something that just came to mind is actually that it's like the question of like how bad do you want it kind of came to mind. And then a little bit more direct way to phrase that would be like how committed are we to whatever we're pursuing? Um, and that commitment, the greater the commitment, the quicker the results kind of appear, it seems. You know what I mean? It's like when we're actually kind of bordering this hesitation standpoint, something can take actually longer. But when we're like really committed, things time frames seem to collapse. If that's how it's presented, not all the time, but I don't know, maybe you can get what I'm trying to frame here in the
Dude,
sense
that's
that
it does.
yeah,
So presence process relates for me because it's actually been pretty rare that I've set a commitment for like 70 days to work on something and for really 10 weeks, but I just committed wholeheartedly in the beginning and it does not feel like it's been 6 weeks. Like it's not like I'm counting the weeks and thinking, "Oh my gosh, like I've been doing this for 6 weeks and I have 4 more weeks." Once I've fully committed to it, that's just the time. Like that's just the time that it takes. And I'm not really, it doesn't feel like a long period. It just feels like this is my life right now. This is part of what I'm doing. And I think that happens when we're super committed to doing it.
yeah, yeah,
So I
cool.
reviewed, I've got our experiment log. That's what I'm calling it now. Our experiment log pulled up from the last time that we did this. So it looks like July 23rd was our
We should get like lab get up costumes for this episode where we're
dude.
just fucking in like science gear
We need some
or
lab coats and maybe some very sciencey looking glasses and yeah, we need lab coats for this.
the
And
fucking beakers and I'm trying to pull out of my memory all the scientific knowledge they injected into my brain. What's some of the more of those fucking those we learned all the names of of these glass, glass things.
oh
What are the other names? We got beakers, you got I don't even know, but they
yeah, I
were
don't remember the names of them
bullshit.
all. Just all sizes of mixing glasses,
Yeah.
chemicals, and
Learn the
little
different types
burrs.
of the
And
scales, the names of the scales that they used like
oh yeah,
200 years ago up until modern day. It's like, what the fuck? I knew the name more than I actually knew how to use it.
yeah. We need some spectrometers, and we need to be able to measure everything: the wind speed, the electromagnetic resonance in our space, and yeah, we need a lot of instruments, I think, for field notes and some lab coats. Definitely lab coats.
Yeah, man.
But that
All right,
that's
so
yeah. Your one from the last time was play guitar each day for 20 minutes. So what's been going on with that? Let's do a quick recap on
well,
that.
I dropped the guitar on its fucking head, so couldn't have been playing that. It's in the shop right now. I should have it actually. I was hoping today, but hopefully tomorrow. He said 2 to 3 days. Super chill guy. I'm so happy I went back to the place that I bought it at. $40 to fix that up.
After they originally quoted like 250.
That was a different guy. That was
So
like a standalone, like how do you pronounce the people that fix guitars?
Luthier.
What?
Yeah,
Luthier.
Luthier. Yep.
Yeah. So that was like his main gig was he was just a luthier and yeah, just charging an arm and a leg.
You must have a car payment due this month. Damn, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure he would have did a phenomenal job. I don't know what kind of work this guy is gonna do. We'll see. But yeah, I'm like super excited to get that guitar back and just start fucking playing again and hearing the chords. And then when you were here, I got the tuner, and that changes the game completely. I was using the one on the phone, but that is shit compared to the clip
Yeah,
on.
the tuner that, yeah, when you can clip it on to the top and it's actually hearing your strings instead of just doing it by your ear and matching it to an online tuner, that'll work in a pinch, but it's good to have a tuner. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to do that, unfortunately, but there was certain circumstances that I feel like are reasonable to say that why I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, that's part of the that's part of experimentation, right? Some that it wouldn't be a real experiment if we knew that things were
Yeah.
guaranteed to work out every time.
What are you gonna do when your fucking beaker breaks?
Yeah,
You're gonna have
exactly.
to wait to get the new beaker in.
Yeah, all these chemicals.
Or you could
all
fucking
of
make
it.
one out of mud or some shit. I guess I could have went and borrowed a guitar, but yeah, those are lessons I gotta learn. How committed am I?
For sure, for sure. So mine was go to the local psychic or a sound bath. So I did. I
You kind
did.
of did both.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say is that following week after we set this intention, I did go to the psychic that's a few miles from my house in Terre Haute. We talked about this. Yeah, pretty profound. I think that she had an intuitive sense of things, and some of the things she said were spot on, and some interesting. I mean, it was palm reading. It was, I should say that's what she did was she read my palm, and apparently I have a very deep and strong lifeline, which I'm not surprised because that seems to be a trend in my family. A lot of folks live to old age and still doing a lot of cool things when some people are pretty worn out. So no surprises there. But yeah, man, what a cool experience. I think I'll go back to it at some point.
So aside from like, what came through personally for you, what did going to a psychic, like what did that do for like spiritually for you, mentally? How did that shift your perception of reality, if at all?
Yeah. So I believe spiritual perspective, spiritual world, like when you there's so many different lenses that we can see things through. You can see things through a very, I'll say, agnostic or, yeah, an agnostic point of view where you just see like events happen and there's not necessarily any purpose. Or you can see, you can have a spiritual lens. I already like to look at things through a spiritual lens and see the interconnectedness of things and believe that there is some force, some energy that animates this experience and has us participate in it and be conscious. So this was really for me just an extension of that. I wouldn't say that it added a spiritual perspective to my world. It's just kind of a continuation of my spiritual relationship with life. And it's something I'm gonna add to my arsenal. I will say my spiritual experience has always been very personal outside of a few people that I really feel like I can be authentic with and talk with about these things. And that was probably the most profound thing for me is being able to bring that lens in with another person who's already got this frame, this very intuitive, looking for the meaning in life. And yeah, I mean, reading my palm, like it's so outside of the conventional norm of how to think about things and predict what's coming next that yes, it's very that was very nice to be able to share that kind of space with another person. That's probably the best thing that I got out of it is like don't just think that this has to be a very personal thing. Like you can share that perspective with other people.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
So one other note from last week, Sniggy has entered, or from the last time we did this, Sniggy has entered the fold, and she has set the commitment for no unintentional scrolling. So only
No unintentional scrolling.
no
Oh man.
no board scrolling, not
We're
just
gonna have to we're gonna have to keep a close eye on her with this one.
yes,
This
yeah.
is that's a fucking feat.
There's going to be microscopes. There's going to be cameras. I'm
Ooh.
ordering a whole array of equipment just to test this one experiment, just to keep her honest. Installing a security camera right above the mantle in the living room. So
Yeah.
yeah, 24/7 surveillance will be employed. But yeah, so I'm super happy she's entering the field notes fold and excited to see what she's
So this
coming up with
week
that.
she's setting that commitment for herself.
So she set that she told me to count her in on the last time we did field notes. So this is really something I need to follow up with her on. I didn't do that yet. So we may re-up the commitment depending on how she feels about it. If she wants to re-up it this week and go in on this iteration of field notes. But yeah, either way, what a blessing that Sniggy is jumping in on this.
Cool,
Um,
cool. All right, let's hop into what you're up to this week.
Yes. Yeah. So, man, I've been getting super pumped about lifting exercises. I already lift weights in the gym, but my cousin Guthrie and my brother have been going hard on failure, on muscular failure in lifting. And I've been so excited to do that. And just when I was on the cusp, I redesigned my workout plan, getting ready to go in there. I started this job at Academy and I hurt my back. And I'm like, man, I was so excited about this. It's so hard for me to make a pivot, but what I need to do now is really focus on uh, getting to a place where these repetitive back injuries don't happen, or to where I have a lot more resilience to lifting things. So for the last few years, I think it started 3 4 years ago. It's really common for me when I do a lot of lifting or I lift something heavy, like helping someone move out of their house, or like doing what I was doing at Academy, unloading a truck, just moving lots of stuff. I tend to injure my lower back, and it's become like such a theme for me that what I need to do right now is commit myself to revamping my workout plan and my strategy and learning how to build a strategy for this to avoid these lower back injuries. So what this is going to be longer than 1 week for me. This is going to really become my workout plan. It's become priority one for my health. But yeah, hopefully at the end of this, whether it's 8 week program, 12 week program, then I'll have some really good insights to share for anybody who injures their lower back or who has problems just keeping their back healthy. In the end, I think there's going to be a lot of development of the surrounding muscles. Probably need to develop my leg strength and stuff. But yeah, lots of insights to come after this week of learning. I'll have a new workout plan, and I'm also going to go to physical therapy, get a couple appointments in, and talk with a therapist to help diagnose and triangulate on what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that maybe it was a blessing in disguise that you got your back hurt before you're going to go on this heavy lifting program, because obviously from my side of the fence, that type of lifting can actually be pretty detrimental to health, especially if you're not really focusing on form too much. Not saying you're not, but if your back was already in like a susceptible position to get hurt, you could have maybe had a way worse back injury. So this is probably good that it happened right before it.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it really could be. And that maybe that's one of the reasons that I was called to take the job at Academy and try something new, that it just really brought this into focus. Like, man, I consider myself such a healthy guy, but I couldn't unload this truck without getting hurt. Like, there's a systemic thing going on there. I am healthy. Like, get great sleep, I eat great food, I exercise a lot and stuff, in all those ways. It's great.
There's always blind spots.
Yeah, man.
All of us. There's always blind spots.
Yep.
So I would say, so from my experience, I'm not gonna give you like too much advice because I don't like when people do that without asking, but I'm just gonna speak on my own experience because we're talking kind of to an audience. And you can take or whatever, take or leave whatever you want. But when I was working out with a trainer and I was doing kind of like a combination of like Ido, Portal, calisthenics plus weightlifting, I had these gnarly tweaks in my back that I've never had before, but they were insane. And they weren't even like, I mean, I was like deadlifting like a decent amount, but it wasn't like I was doing like an insane amount. But as soon as it happened, it was just like a little eep, and there would just be like excruciating pain for like a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. It went for a long time and I really couldn't really move. I was like a fucking old ass dude, like
That's like what
walking
happens to
around
me. That,
yeah.
yes,
It's
that's
weird. It's like
basically
it
my
feels
experience.
like where it happened is such a small area and it's so sensitive, but it creates such a large amount of pain.
Yes,
And then I
it's
feel like a 2x4.
one spot on my lower back, but when it's aggravated, it's like I can't stand up completely straight. I'm like at an angle, and I'm not. Yeah, I can't even walk right. Like, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I think this, from my own personal experience, this is far-fetched, but it's simple for me. Doing calisthenics, but also sleeping on the ground. I know I told you about that. Those two things, I haven't had a back problem in I don't know how long. And dude, my back feels amazing. I don't think I'll ever have a back problem. I feel so limber, and if that's even the word, and flexible. Um, and also, yeah, when I do a workout program that's like based on heavy lifting and stuff, it can tend to quickly divert away from form, or at least focusing on that, and like proper bracing of the abs and everything for the back. Um, and then it just becomes strictly performative and about the weight that I'm lifting. And then that's when the danger can happen. So what I would just say maybe to you, I think I've talked to you about this dude before, Paul Chek. He's like you know, he's got so much profound wisdom out there. One of his books called, what is it? Eat, Move, and Be Healthy or something like that. Great fucking book. Talks a lot about this stuff on proper way to like, engage the abs, whatever. But just throwing that out there for you if you wanted to explore anything in that realm.
Yeah, man. You did tell me about Paul Check before, and I think I
He's
saw
a really
that book on your
well-rounded dude.
bookshelf at your place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a super like it's almost kid-friendly book. A lot of pictures and shit, but it's like there's a lot of wisdom in it too.
Yeah.
Connect the whole thing, pulls in qigong, pulls in the energy systems, and like, it's just a well made system. He
Dude,
just studies all different traditions.
when you said Qigong, it reminded me of Tim, the Qigong
Yeah.
teacher. His laugh, man, he's so awesome. He gets me every time. Oh man.
Dude, I honestly am gonna continue going there probably just for that, the laugh. Because all the times I've gone there, the classes don't change much. It's basically him saying the same thing over and over again. It's the same people and the same reaction, and I start to question the validity of it. But his laugh is just like so mesmerizing, and just his character and just how he is how much grounded he is. It's
Yeah.
beautiful to be.
Yeah, that part I know is no joke. He has an awesome energy and he's really grounded. Yeah, He's definitely a special guy. And that laugh, oh my God. Just makes me happy.
It just
So yeah,
goes from like 0 to 10 like so quickly. He'll be saying something with a straight face and then just drop this insanely attractive laugh that just makes you want to laugh. It doesn't matter what he said. He's just laughing and it's beautiful.
yeah, just oh man, like you said, just 0 to 100. He's saying something super serious, and then out of nowhere, he'll just bust up laughing. And, and what do you do? What do you do? You can't help it. It just, oh man, it gets me. So, okay, no, dude, really appreciate that. Paul Check's book. I think that's a great thing, great resource for me to look into. But yeah, by the end of the week, I'll have by the next time we talk, gonna revamp the workout plan. AI is so useful for that. You know, you can put in every one of your symptoms and you can iterate with it, and that I do believe ChatGPT is quite useful for. And then I can bounce that off the physical therapist and yeah, just get a network of information. There's a ton of stuff available. A lot of people have had this kind of problem. You've had it. I'm having it. A million other people. So I need to learn, and I need to stop my tendency of, ooh, my back flared up. I'm just going to do enough stretching to where it stops bothering me and then go back to being productive and getting shit done instead of trying to like build the resilience. Not working. I need to build the resilience. So yeah, I've got to take this more seriously. And
Yeah.
for you, sir, what are you feeling this week? I think you were gonna, yeah, kind of be intuitive about it, but yeah.
Yeah, this week, so there's going to be a few things, but the main thing is that I feel like I'm in since we started the podcast and this exploration of life, there's been a lot of momentum that is built, and um getting to a stabilized point. My morning routine has just been on point. I've been doing it every day. The workouts, like I'm just getting in the flow of it all. Um, it's all becoming a pattern at this point, and it's great. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm so excited to see where it takes me from here. So I feel like I'm stabilizing right now. And this past week, following up after, you being here, that was like a peak moment a little bit, like of just like a celebration, it felt like almost. And now I'm just kind of coming back down and now getting back on the rails and like finding out what the aim is. So this week is the title I'm gonna put on for myself is reclaiming my direction and like and just getting clear back on that path of like where I'm heading in life, why I'm doing what I'm doing, redefining everything that I've been going through, why I established all these patterns and everything in life. So that's going to be the main focus. I think it's very powerful right now because I also feel my days have becoming a little bit astray. And during the day, I've been getting pulled by some superficial actions and things where I've been like chasing money sort of thing without actually having like the recognition of actually what this action is going to bring me to. Like, is it even sustainable, or am I building something, or am I just like chasing the next payment? Building versus chasing payment is something I want to reflect on there. But anyway, simply put, yeah, redefine everything that I'm pursuing in life through my days. And then peeling that back a little bit, I'm gonna commit to going back out into the woods and spending a night out there. Last time I did that was like 2 weeks ago when I was like having. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, 10 minutes. I got something to share real quick. So last night I was um I've been getting energy spurts at night, like right around bedtime. And when I try to sleep in those situations, I just get so anxious and I get so irritated. So last night I said, all right, I need to burn this off. So I just went for a long, massive walk, went through the fucking fields, and I was just like, I was feeling a little low last night, but the walking just made me feel so good. And breaking the pattern of like, I got to get to bed at this time. I can't stare at fucking LED lights and shit like that. I got the bright ass LED light out in the front of on the street there. But I was like, fuck it. Like, I feel so good to be outside right now, listening to the bugs, the insects chirping, and just like the warm air on my skin, and just like that summer, that summer vibe. You know, it's just so beautiful, and especially at night. So I went across the street. We didn't walk over there, but the park over across the street. I was walking through the field, and I was just like, I was kind of heavy, and I'm walking back, and I run into a skunk in the field, and I was like, oh shit. And I completely snapped out of it, and I started booking it because I didn't want to get skunked. And when I ran, when I crossed paths with the skunk didn't know I was coming. So he didn't hear me at all, which I'm very surprised. So when he like saw me is exactly when I saw him. So he did the same thing where it was like, oh shit, but he didn't squirt or anything, which is mad funny. So I just started booking it. I'm running. I'm in flip flops. My flip flops are about to fucking fall off. I get like 20 feet, and then I run into another skunk. They
Oh,
usually come in. They usually come in fucking pairs. Like it's usually like a female and male, from what I've come across in the past. But I
mhm.
was like, oh shit! Like I ran into this one. I'm like, oh shit! And then I ran into the next one. I'm like, oh shit! And I just keep running like a zigzag formation in the field. And
But
I was like, as I'm running away, I'm like, damn, like I felt so alive in that moment. Like the breath entered my lungs, you know, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck are we doing? Like we need to be in touch with nature in this way where there's like
yeah,
this uncertainty and this just rawness to life like
you could
that.
get sprayed by a skunk at any time.
Yeah.
So be on
And
your
how
toes.
alive that can make you feel in this fucking decaying, comforting world that we live in. It's just crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to tap on that because um what this is gonna be a little, yeah, I'm gonna reel it in here. So 2 weeks ago, I kind of had a same experience where I was irritated at night, and I just said, "Fuck it, I gotta go sleep in the woods. I gotta go book it out and camp in the woods,"
Yeah.
and that's what I did. And that was so freeing for me to just be like, I don't give a fuck about how long it's going to take me, how much money the gas is going to be, and all these superficial bullshits. I
Yeah.
just went and I was just so fucking happy. It made me feel so good to sleep in fresh, crisp air with rushing water near me and no lights and no neighbors and no one screaming. It was just, oh, it's so good.
Most of us get
So,
stopped by those considerations, like,
yeah,
well, then it's going to be a late morning and it'll take too long to get out there and it's going to cost me money. Like, I just want to, even though I'm not comfortable, I'll just like, even though like something feels wrong, I'll just stay. But you
yeah.
did not out there. Yeah.
That analysis will destroy your ability to act.
Yeah, to
Absolutely
act
destroy it.
from the intuition, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's so ridiculous how analytical we've become. But anyway, I'm gonna commit to going back up there. I want to spend another night up there. It's so grounding to disconnect from your phone and just spend a beautiful night out in the woods in the summertime, especially next to running water. And in the morning after, there's a beautiful waterfall right there. Get in some fresh, cold, crisp water. And dude,
No, I know.
that
You
combination
You showed me
is,
out there on the Appalachian Trail that that one
yeah,
waterfall that it just spills into that like 2 or 3 foot pond. I mean, it's like what is it like 10 by 10 square feet? Like it's not a it's a just a little pool, but
yeah,
dude, that water felt so nice. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Woo.
yeah. This is a different spot, but yeah, that's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But that dude, that combination of just sleeping out in peace and quiet, waking up in whatever time you want, and getting into that cold water, and then getting on with your day. That's like one of the greatest life hacks. That would be good for your fucking back too. Um,
No doubt. Yeah.
anyway, let me wrap this up because we got like not much time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, redefine, get clear on my where I'm heading, what I'm doing in life.
Yep.
Go sleep out in the woods again. Um, and picking up the guitar, so I'll be catching up on that.
All right.
Um,
All right.
yeah, picking up on that from last week. Um, and there was one more. Um, oh, Yeah, so yeah, during my days, I've been having a bit of a struggle of how to allocate time and like spend it wisely. So I want to develop a system and way on how I can structure that middle of the day better
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
devoted towards like my purpose that I'm trying to pursue in life and my direction. Because like I have my mornings, my nights are not as strict, but there's a system there. And then the days are just kind of like I got all this energy, and then sometimes it's just like I'm swirling around, I'm fucking just running around in circles, and then it just turns into a bit of a chaos. And
Man,
yeah, so I want to create a structure for my days.
dude, totally feel you. I know what that's like. You know, being somebody who came from a world where the days are very structured, working in the corporate world since I was 22, where, I'm my morning routine always on point, wake up, work out, cold shower, a little spiritual practice, and then going into the office. And there's work to be done, basically like 8 to 5. So that structure was provided. When I dropped out and decided to be more entrepreneurial and do my own thing, I felt that. Like I was
Yeah.
always very like time management oriented and serious about that. I I was reading books about time management like when I started my corporate career, when I was in my early 20s, like kind of obsessed with it, kind of obsessed with like how to like use that time well. And I found a system for me that works. I showed you the Brain, free software to organize. That's one thing, man. Taking every project like this podcast, the Live and Let Live movement, where I'm an ambassador, and then my book and the Fade to Freedom channel and my music, and just having a dedicated virtual space for every one of my projects. And then in each of those, having a list of goals and a list of the next steps and the actions. Dude, it's so useful just to have for each of the major projects, like a goal, an idea of where it's going, and then a list of the next action steps. Because when I finish my morning routine, get in there and pull that up. Okay, take a look. And yeah, I also like to plan by my weeks. So just in a given week, I'll have like a rough outline of what I want to accomplish in each project, and then just open up the brain and, okay, these are the next actions for this. So I'm gonna work on those. And then that just gets
Yeah.
me. Do I like switch between things and like not always stay on task? Fuck yeah. Like, yeah, I oscillate between those things. And when my buddies ask, like, hey, you want to play some Call of Duty? Yeah, I mean, do I always like completely stay like one single track? Like, no way. But
Yeah.
for sure, it does help to have those action plans. So that's totally unsolicited advice, but I've dealt with that struggle, and yeah, having
I think
those things written down can really help.
yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, there is just a part of me that will never be tamed, that is unstructured and always going to be that way.
Yeah,
Um, you definitely have a way of being able to manage all your tasks and your time very well. And yeah, there's stuff to learn there. You definitely are more like have a structured brain more than me. Um, yeah, but anyway, that's my that's my week here. I think we got to wrap this up though, because
yeah,
fucking Zoom's gonna be giving us the boot.
it's gonna be giving us the boot. Hey, a lot of great stuff. We got a lot to work on. Next field notes will be super interesting.
Yeah. All right, bro. Peace.
Stay wild, man. Peace.